Hello! Today we are going to be painting Princess Leia. And let's get to it. Actually, do I have water in here? I do. Okay, good. It's been really hot. I don't know if it evaporated. So first we're going to start off by painting her skin with the pale flesh from Vallejo. Also, people have been asking what primer I use. The heck is that? I use this Army Painter color, and this is Desert Yellow, and it matches pretty close to their in paint colors, so like you can touch up really easily. So they have it for like a lot of colors, like the white, and stuff like that. So this is pretty much the primer that I use all the time. I don't know what this is. It's like hot glue or something popped on it, but so yeah, we're gonna start with the flesh color today, and let's just keep that up. Okay, like these little paint handles help a lot. This little hanging guy. You can probably use a bigger brush than this, but we do need the small brush for the face. So let's just do the face first, and then neck. You can just kind of see the details in there. Just follow the curve of the face. It's not as hot today as it has been. It's been insanely hot down here in California. It's like 104 or something last weekend. So I've been a little behind on my painting for the channel, so gotta get back to it. See if I can get in there without hitting the shirt. This is an older sculpt from Fantasy Flight. They went with the indoor color clothes for her, but the gun is not the indoor gun. I thought that was a little weird choice that they made, but I mean, probably most people won't notice. I was also wondering why they didn't give her the smock that she wears most of the time when she's wearing these clothes. It was it took me a while. I was like, wait, what costume is this? Because you barely see it in the movie because it's covered up by the little camo jacket that she has on most of the time. Okay, so now we can switch to a bigger brush for the arms. Okay. And as always, just try to avoid the other areas. But like this one, it's okay if we hit the gun because the gun's gonna be black. So it's gonna for sure cover up with the paint that we put on it. The clothes though are a different color, so I'm gonna try our best here to not hit those parts because they might be a little bit lighter than this color. Just kind of quickly slap this on. I was thinking about going non-traditional colors with this one, like just going like totally unique paint scheme, but I don't know, I kind of just want to paint it how it's supposed to be. Okay, but you can do whatever you want with yours. Alright, so now that we got the skin down, we'll go to the those touch-ups. Actually, no, we won't do that yet. We'll just lid to this. Okay, so we're gonna do the pants. The pants are like a really light blue. So I have this Toxic Mist color. I'm gonna mix some white with this to get, I don't even know if this is the right color because I think it might be something like this, but lighter. I don't know, let's try this first. No, we can try this first because then we can always go up in a shade higher later, and it'll cover this up better than me trying to cover up a dark color with a light color. So let's put some of that paint down. Let's mix some of our matte white with it. If we can find it. Here it is, matte white. Let's do that. Get our brush. We can use the big one still because we're still kind of in here. We want kind of like a, that might be a good color. That might be right. So it's kind of like this now. I don't know if you can see that well, but I've added quite a bit of white to it. This belt's also going to be black, so it's okay if you get things on it. Same thing for the boots. Cat is very sad that he's not in this room with me. Trying not to paint that straight, but I did anyway. Oops. It's okay. And this will darken if we put a blue wash on it, so it's okay that if we're too light or whatever right now. I think it's also really thin, so we might have to do a couple coats of this on there, because you can still see the tan through it. But we have to wait for it to dry before we go into the second coat of that. Okay, next is the vest. And the vest, I couldn't really quite find what it is. I think it's like a really light green. So we're gonna go with this olive color and mix the same white that we did with the blue to kind of get this color, but it's like, it's really subtle and it's really, I don't know, like off the top of my head what color this is. So we're gonna try to go for, it's gonna be more light, it's like a grayish green. So we'll try to get that color together. That might be as close as we can get it. Just guessing the color without actually knowing it. So you want to keep the collar intact because the collar is not part of this vest. So this is kind of like a, mixed it into like a pukey color green. There's this little top part right here. There we get. This brush is on its last leg, so let's switch to a different one. Okay. Again, just being careful of this little separation of the coat and the undershirt. I'm gonna mix it some more because I didn't mix enough. We'll probably do like a green wash over this to tie it in better with the rest of it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna have to do multiple coats of this color because it's very thin. You can definitely see the color underneath it. But it's so humid that it might dry pretty fast. Shaky hands. Just, try your best to pick out the areas and do your best. You're going to be seeing these models from pretty far away because they're on a table, like pretty far away from you. So if it looks good at that distance, that's really all you have to go for. But you want it to look as best as you can get it. Especially with these models, they're not like mega detailed and stuff like some other companies' models. So you want to, it's relatively easy, so you just want to give it the time that it needs to bring out some of those details that are on it. Okay. So there's our green, so let's go back to our blue. Do another coat of that onto this. Let's hope I mixed it up the right color. You have to wait for in between coats because if you don't, you'll get these tears in your paint and it'll look pretty bad. You'll get like these big hollow spots, and then you'll just keep trying to mess with it and fix it, but no matter what you do, you're just gonna make it worse the more and more you mess with it. So definitely give it a little bit of time to dry if you need to do multiple coats of a color. There we go, so we got a lot better coverage on it that time. Okay, so she has a tan undershirt, and we did do a tan base coat, but I think it's a little lighter than that, so we're gonna use this tan yellow, I think. It's a little bit different of a color. You can also use probably this beige. This might actually be a better color. Let's go with this one. We'll go with German camo beige. I mean, especially like, it fits with, I mean, for the movies, they used a lot of like whoa, what was that? They use a lot of surplus stuff, so I mean, it kind of fits if she probably had like a German uniform shirt on underneath all her this stuff anyway, so definitely like it's cool that if you are playing like these guys versus like the clones, you can use a lot of colors that you can use for like World War II games, because that's just what they used back in the day when they made really cool practical props and stuff. Liking this color more, and plus it covers a lot better than that tan yellow does. It doesn't, that other color does not cover very well, so I kind of took the lazy way, but also I like this, so maybe I did good. Let me just paint her shirt now. For some reason this was really watery when I dumped it out, so that's interesting. Maybe it's old. But then, you know, if you think your paints, this is probably what it's supposed to look like. Who knows? While we're on the subject of Princess Leia, what's your favorite costume from Princess Leia? Leave that in the comments below. I like her. I like the Hoth uniforms a lot better. For all the characters, like Han, and Leia's was cool too. The white puffy vest, like that one was cool. Plus it's Empire, so Empire's pretty dope. Okay, so that does that. So now we will go to the belt and the boots, which is just going to be a black, and the gun, it's going to be a Vallejo black. Just go ahead and get coverage on all that. I want to have a good separation right here between the boot and the clothes. And once we get that line, we can switch to our bigger brush. Because we've already gotten the hard part. Let's just clean that really quick. Go to our bigger brush. Just get the rest of it. Be careful when you're turning it, because you'll smash your model and get black paint on your paint that you've already done, and that's gonna suck. You know, as always, if you guys can think of any other models that you want to see me paint, it can be from any game system really. I mean, if I can find it, I'll give it a shot and paint it. So we got her boots done. Okay, so let's go back to the small brush so we can get the belt and stuff and not screw it up on the gun. Be careful around these colors, especially these ones that we mixed, because reproducing that color is going to be a pain. So try your best not to hit stuff that you've already painted. Say that and I just probably hit. Did I hit her hand? No, I didn't. Okay. And I shouldn't be painting this close to lunchtime because that makes my shaky hands even worse. But hey, who doesn't like a challenge? Especially during Corona, when you're just sitting at home the whole time anyway. So why not make things a little bit more difficult? Trying to get the bottom of these pouches. Okay, get the holster. It's okay if you don't go all the way to the edge on some of these pieces because you don't want to mess it up. So that's her belt. Let's get this blaster. Just gotta be careful around the hand. But like I say, it's not, here I go, hit the thing again. It's not the end of the world. If you do hit it, and just go back and touch it up. Or don't. Like, getting up in here isn't really necessary. But if you want to, go for it. Sometimes, you just have to maneuver the model around to get it into a position that's better for you to get a certain angle, especially if you need to stabilize your hands to prevent them from shaking. Like these have been pretty helpful, these little these little model holders, what are they called? Like plinths, but Games Workshop versions. But they really help you with getting a good grip on the model would recommend them for sure. Or like if you have a 3D printer, just print some. Or so if you have like old pill bottles from something, just use those in like some sticky tape or some double back tape or poster tack if you can get it. But this is just easier because it's like no hassle. There's no sticky gum on it. It's just a little spring-loaded clamp on it, and then it's really easy to get the models in and out of and all that stuff. So shout out to Perdana for getting me these. Oops. Cool, so now we just gotta get her hair. And like our Padme, her hair is brown. So we're gonna use this leather brown color. And we'll use like a lighter brown for kind of blending into it. Maybe like a tan, the same tan that we're using for primer. Where did I just put the brown? There it is, okay. Her hair is in a little bun thingy. Let's get the back of the hair first. Since we can't mess that up, right? What could possibly go wrong? I don't know how long my Star Wars painting videos usually are, but and you can see like compared to the other ones that some of them take an hour, but these guys usually don't take that long, and that's just a product of them not being as detailed, or maybe I'm not challenging myself enough when I'm painting them. I mean, you could definitely do like highlights and all sorts of stuff on them. Cool, so that's her hair. And now I almost forgot, we have to do the yellow stripe on the pants. So I got this moon dust color, not stardust. We're not painting Jyn Erso. And you know how I feel about yellow paint if you've listened to my rants about it on other videos on this channel, but I think since it's just a little stripe, this might be okay. And it's raised for us, so we don't have to go crazy for it. Just gently put it on there. Then we gotta go to the other side and do the same thing. There's the yellow stripe on that side, and on that side. Now we do our washes. Since we are here, so first we'll do her skin. We're going to use the Reikland Flesh wash. It's a pink wash. Where is it? I don't know which one's open. I have okay, so I will take this. Get some on the brush here. Go to her face and just kind of give it the wash. I do not think this face sculpt is very great. Looking at it now with a wash on it, it does not look like Princess Leia. but you know, do what we can. Get the hands and like this is the right wash, right? Get some of this stuff off here so it doesn't look like she's like drooling or whatever. Okay. And we'll use our military shade color from to do the military shader, to do the green vests. We'll kind of leave it kind of thin. Just kind of go over it a little bit to get it in. There's like lots of cracks on this thing. Just use it and move it around. Back here, hold on. Just use this and kind of move around the big clumps of it to keep it. Keep it from getting all fucking clumpy and shit. You don't want it too strong in some areas. Okay, so we got her vest done. Let's get these pants now. I have a couple blues. Let's use Drakenhoof Nightshade. Again, we'll try to keep it light and classy. We don't want too dark of a blue on this because these will end up looking like blue jeans if we're not careful. What I should have done is just like get the little areas of the pants with it, the seams and stuff, but we didn't, so we gotta go all in at this point. Okay, now we just get our brown wash, Agrax Earthshade, leather shirt, and then we're good. this is still wet a little bit. So see here. Just do some like stripes of it, like just kind of do like little stripes and just catch some of the edges with it. Maybe that'll work better for us. Especially since the shirt's supposed to be so light, and then this will darken it too much if we go crazy with it. We can darken in here a little bit. Okay. And that is Princess Leia. Let's clean up this little area right here. I can give you a little quick peek, and then we'll get our handy dandy table here. Pop her out of this. Thank you for watching.